Yes, students, good morning. And as we have last time understood the chapter 5 acid base salt, now today this is the introduction class for the chapter 6, that is called the physical changes and the chemical changes. See, when we are talking about the changes, that means the product which we have, or the substance which we have, or the object which we have, it will have definitely a change. Okay, suppose I have a paper, I can make the change in the paper. See, you can see this paper. Okay, now what I can do, I can fold it like this. The physical change means what? The physical change means a change in the size, shape, change in the size and shape of the object. Okay. See, this is the paper. I fold. This is one time folding. This is two time folding. Three time, four time folded. This is a change. This is size, shape, everything has been changed. So, this is called the physical change. Now, if I open this paper, so you can see the change occurs. Again, the same size I got from this paper. So, the change in the size and shape, that is called the physical change. And this change, if the same product I will get, that is called the reversible change. In standard 6, we understood about the physical change and chemical changes. In standard 6, we also understood about the what kind of changes are reversible changes and what kind of changes are irreversible changes. That means once we have an object, we personally observe that object, then we decide that whether the change which is going to happen in that object or a substance will be reversible or irreversible. That we will decide. Now, here you can see this is a physical change. You understood that this is physical change. It is the size and shape is decreased by the folding of paper or making the aeroplane. Suppose if I cut the paper now from here. So the cutting of the paper, this is also physical change. But you will not get the same size of that paper. That means this is irreversible change. This is irreversible change. You are not in a position to change. Or not in a position to get the same object. Mostly, the solid substances are involved in the physical changes because they have the size and shape. You will not have a liquid or gas for the size and shape. Okay, because liquid don't have a size and shape. Gas don't have a size and shape. Okay. So this is the physical change. We will also understand in this chapter about the chemical changes. See, in the physical changes, lots of examples are there. You can see this is a chalk. If I break this chalk in the smaller part, then it becomes again a small parts. These are the physical changes. There are lots of examples. This paper also still, this is size. Again, I will clear it. Okay, this is physical changes. Apart from that, if you have a dough, D-O-U-G-H, dough at home, you can make a chapati, and again you fold it, you can make again the dough, round shape. But once you have the chapati on the iron lid, and if you roast it, then you will not in a position to make that change reversible. So physical changes have a condition also, that is reversible changes and irreversible changes. Apart from that, in this chapter, we also understand about the chemical changes. See, whenever I am talking about the changes, whether it's a physical change or whether it's a chemical change, that means there is a product or a new product from the first product you will get. That is confirmed. You will get a new thing. That is confirmed. Now talk about the chemical changes. Chemical changes means the two or more substances put together, combined together, make a new substance. That is called the chemical change. When it makes the new substance, now it is depend on that substance or the mixture of that substance whether it is reversible or irreversible. So mostly the chemical changes are irreversible. You cannot change it. So when we talk about the chemical change, then we must have to talk about the examples in this chapter. That is the introductory part. So we are going to also understand the examples. Here you can see in the pot. This is carbon dioxide, calcium carbonate, put together, combined together, make change, make new product. As I say, that is calcium carbonate, CaCO3, and water, H2O. See, you have to learn about how to prepare this combination or how to balance this equation. This is CO2, carbon dioxide, this is calcium hydroxide, CaOH2, lime water, we call it as lime water, also we call that. Now, here you can see calcium carbonate, that is C from calcium hydroxide, you get the calcium Ca. 1 point. Apart from this, CO2 will go here. Okay. Now calcium carbonate have one more oxygen. So one more oxygen from where it will go? So here you can see OH in the bracket. That means 2O 2H. Is it? Into bracket, outside bracket you have 2. So you will get 2O 2H. 2 molecules of the oxygen, 2 molecules of the hydrogen. So when you are getting these 2 molecules of the oxygen and the 2 molecules of the hydrogen, from that one oxygen will join with the calcium carbonate, and apart from that a new product which is remaining the product, that is called the water. You will get water. Say the acid-base salt, we understood about the neutralization also. In the neutralization also, we are getting the water and evaluation of the heat. Here also, see, some chemical reactions will give water also. Some chemical reaction gives only chemicals also. Now, here, when we talk about the chemical change, here is the chemical change. We also have a topic, rusting of iron. Iron, in the scientific symbol, it is known as Fe, ferrous. It's known as Fe, ferrous. Now here what is O2? That is oxygen. This is water. Now as you know that rusting of iron happens mostly in the monsoon. So which iron, the bicycle you will have, maybe the ladders you have some doors outside your house, some windows you have, those are made from the iron or iron material which are not colored. When this iron get water, See, water, how will they get? Because the monsoon is the most moisturous environment provided by the monsoon. And that moisture will stick to that iron. And they will get oxygen, which is present in the environment. So, ferrous sulfate, then oxygen, then water. This put together makes Fe2O3, iron oxide. So the iron. This is called the rusting of iron. Now we also understand this chapter about what is the galvanization. As you know, whatever prepared by the government of bridges or any kind of the roads which are over or flying over, wherever you see, that are made of they are using the iron. What they do to prevent the rusting of iron, they add zinc. When they add zinc in the iron, what happens? It prevents the rusting. It prevents the moisture. And also we use the color also to prevent the iron rusting of iron. But sometimes it is not enough. So when we make the bridges, we use zinc combined with the iron, and that will prevent the rusting of iron, because rusting is very dangerous for the iron. And the adding zinc or mixing zinc to prevent the rusting of iron is known as galvanization. It's known as galvanization. Apart from that, you will also understand this combination of the chemical changes. That is, this is Mg. Mg stands for magnesium ribbon. When we burn it, we fire it will burn. How any substance will burn? Every substance for a burning, they need oxygen. When magnesium ribbon you burn it, you will have oxygen present in the environment, and it will give powder form. The combination of the magnesium ribbon plus oxygen will give a magnesium oxide. So this is also a change from solid to powder form, ash form. You can tell that. Apart from this, in this chapter, we will also understand about the crystallization. Now, what is crystallization? See, maybe you have seen the crystals of salt. If you don't know what is the crystals of salt, you can search on the videos of the YouTube. The crystal of salt will give, there are no transparent crystals, but you can see the form of the crystals. Okay. Most of the pentagon shape or different type of shape, not only pentagons. You can also make the crystals in laboratories. We will understand about the activities of the formation of the crystallizations. So what is crystallizations? The crystallizations is the process from making liquid to the substance which is forms in crystal forms, or with crystal form substance which we made from the powder of the copper. That is called the crystallization. So we will understand about the physical change, chemical change, rusting of iron, and crystallization in this chapter. So here you can see all these things are These equations you have to understand, you have to read, you have to prepare for exams. These are very important. So whenever you have work about the physical and chemical changes, for homework when you do, you write down all these equations very first page. So whenever you read this chapter, that will make easy sense of understanding for you. Fine. So this is the way we'll understand the chapter about physical changes, chemical changes, and the changes which are happening around due to the environment, or what we can prevent this question. So today we start also physical changes. What is physical changes? Okay. So as I said, the physical change, a change in the size, shape of the subjects. That is called the physical change. The physical changes are reversible, but the some changes which are the irreversible. Cutting off the paper, that's a physical change, but that is irreversible. Making chapati from the dough, that is reversible, but making roasting the chapati is irreversible of the physical changes. Burning the paper will get the new substance, so that is the physical changes. Cutting the tree, the size of the tree will change, physical changes. So these all things we will understand continuously